What's up, everybody? It's DweeBro here with another Final Fantasy VII Remake Play Arts Kai figure review. Say it 20 times fast, I bet you can't. This time we're looking at Jessie, but not just Jessie, it's Jessie with the bike. They released 3 different SKUs of this, just Jessie, Jessie and her bike, or Jessie, Cloud, and the bike as well. I just got Jessie and her bike, so let's take a look. Straight out of the box, I was surprised at the absolute gargantuan size of this thing. Just look at this box. It's so freaking big. The bike is very big, which we'll get to in just a second. But I was just talking about last time they cut down the size with the Aerith dress figure. They kind of cut down the size of the box, and now we absolutely exploded with this one. So very, very big, makes an impression. So let's talk first about the figure itself. So Jessie stands the same height as the other figures in the line, about 10 inches-ish. You can see here the detail involved. All of the individual strands of hair there recreated on this kind of rubber plastic material. There's the bandana around her head that where you can kind of actually move where that bandana is at. The poses are limitless because of all the joints, and the posability is great on these figures. The belt actually hangs right there. It kind of just dangles and moves on her waist there. Looks awesome. Very to scale of what she looks like in the game, with all of her pouches and ruffled pants and stuff, which you can kind of twist her legs right there, and I really love how they nailed that kind of cargo shorts on her with the wrinkles and all that stuff. It just looks really, really well done. I can't stress enough how fun it is to pose these figures for these reviews, and for when they go on my shelf. You can put them in more serious poses like here with holding this gun, running down the hall, put her in goofy poses, pointing at stuff, and when you combine them with the different characters, your shelf is going to look amazing with these figures. But I know why you're really here. It's to see this freaking bike. This figure is very expensive compared to even the other expensive figures in this line. They included a bike with this one. I'm so happy they decided to split up the different variations. You can have just Jessie if you want, save some money. If you really want a bike, you can have her and the bike. Or if you didn't get Cloud yet, you can actually get both of them in the same package with Jessie. But the bike is hyper detailed. It's enormous, and it's to scale for this figure, so you can put her on the bike, obviously, and it looks incredible. All of the different valves and pipes going through. I don't know a lot about motorcycles, but just look at this thing. It looks great. Yes, the wheels do turn. The handlebars go from side to side. Everything's to scale. The kickstand on the side can be either propped up, like she's actually riding it, or propped kind of downward to where it's actually standing. That may be enough to hold her in the position that you put her in on the bike, but they also include this plastic piece that sits and locks onto the bottom. This plastic piece, when you put it on there, it fits only with the kickstand, which I thought was kind of a bummer. I wish the kickstand could be out of the way and it still would lock in, but that kickstand has to be down or it won't fit. So once the kickstand's down, you can put this plastic piece on, and what this kind of clear plastic piece does is that if something bumps it on the shelf or whatever, it won't fall over. Whereas if you just have the kickstand and something kicks it over in the wrong way with too much force, it's going to fall with Jessie on it, and you're going to have an absolute massacre on your shelf. As well as the whole bike, it feels pretty sturdy. I wouldn't drop it if I were you off of a countertop or anything, but I feel like it could take some bumps and scratches. If you're wanting to play with it at the playground, maybe just leave it at home. It's very expensive. Please don't do that. If you watched any of my recent reviews for the other figures in this line, I kind of complained that I haven't seen a lot of accessories lately, as I used to with this line, and man, they went absolutely berserk with this one. Not only with the bike, but with the hands here. You have her kind of gripping the handlebars, her giving a thumbs up, her holding a grenade, her pointing, her with her hand flared. You also have her with fist and the other pointing for the other hand. Just, they went all out with this. I do like on this line, above other figures that I get on different companies, they give you this stand, so these can get lost in a Ziploc bag or in the bottom of a bin, but they give you this kind of rectangle thing that sits and displays these hands, and it keeps everything together so you don't lose it all. In this package, you get 3 different faces. The first one being a neutral kind of face. You get this cutesy, goofy, tongue sticking to the side face, and you also get a smiling, still cutesy Jessie face. I don't know if these faces are one-to-one to the game. I wouldn't say that. I was a tad bit disappointed in that. I would give it maybe a 7-ish out of 10 of likeness, of 10 being perfectly one-to-one with the game, but not extremely disappointing, and they still look really good. You get 1 weapon with the set, her Uzi-like gun here. There is a charm on the back of it, which is connected with a extremely tiny keychain. Unbelievable amount of detail here. And something I really like about this is, in the past, it's been kind of hard to grip some of these, get the hand around the different grips of the guns. This one, the actual grip comes off completely. You can really get it finagled in the grip of the hand of the figure, and then you can attach it right back on. This video does not do it justice. Seeing this figure in person on the bike with this amount of detail, on the figure itself and on the bike, it is enormous for one. It's going to take up a lot of shelf space, but it just looks so freaking cool. And it makes me also excited because there's other figures coming. Roche and one of the security elite soldier enemies are also both getting bikes with their figures as well. And I can only imagine what they're going to do with those bikes, because man, I'm just obsessed with looking at this thing. It looks great on the shelf. It's going to look great next to the other figures in the line, and I am just blown away how freaking good this looks. Now, it looks awesome. How much are you going to be paying for this figure? I paid, for the site I got it from, $275 after shipping. You're essentially buying 2 figures in this line, because usually they're 125-ish in that range, 150, somewhere around there. So you're kind of buying 2 figures because the bike is so extremely detailed and there's so many intricate parts to it. It's 2 figures in one that you're paying for. I do appreciate that they split those into 3 different variations, like I said earlier in the review. I had to get this bike, and I'm so glad I did. It is starting to break the bank a little bit. For people that are like, I think I might need to tap out, that's expensive, I totally understand it. I totally get it. Because it is expensive. And there's 2 more to go with bikes that we know of that are coming down the line. But I'm very freaking happy with this figure. The accessories are off the chain. The faces, all the different hands, the cool gun you get that's hyper detailed, this incredible freaking bike with all the poses that you can do with it. I absolutely recommend this figure if you can afford it. If it just is a little bit too much, I understand. It's getting kind of crazy along with all these different figures that keep coming out on this line. It's starting to add up. I don't know, do I need to take out a second mortgage on my house to pay for all these? Possibly, but the figures are sick, confirmed. I can let you know they are indeed very cool. I hope that you have the money for them. I don't, but I keep getting them. And there's more to come. And I'm going to be continuing to review each of these figures as they release. The next one coming out is Tifa in her dress. And recently they just announced Cloud is getting his dress figure as well. Absolutely going to be getting that. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Let me know in the comments if you like these type of reviews, if I should continue doing them. Sounds like people enjoy them. Thank you guys for watching, subscribing, liking, commenting, all that fun stuff. So without further ado, I'm going to hop on this bike and I'm going to go to the ATM to try to find some more money or change that people might have dropped in the drive-through window to pay for the rest of the figures in this line. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.